guys, welcome back to my channel. So sorry that I didn't upload a video on Wednesday. I literally had such a creative block. The weather was really crap and everything was telling me just not to film, but the weather got better. You guys told me so many amazing ideas and I thought, oh my god, prom is literally around the corner and I love prom season. I love prom makeup tutorials and this is my first installment. As you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, this is a very soft glam look, definitely more of like the pink vibes. So many of you guys asked for more of a pink tone look and I feel like it's just because it complements so many dresses and so many eye colors and skin tones. So this is just my first installment and we are doing just a simple complementary hair look as well. We are going to be doing makeup then hair, so if you're only interested in makeup then watch the first part of the video and the hair will come at the end so you know which part to focus on. Before we get started, it is time for our notification bell shout out. If you don't know what that is, if you are new to my channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And when you do, let me know in the comment section down below. I love picking a comment at random to give a little shout out to. And this week it goes to Dana Macria, who says, love this look, one of my faves, notification on since your blonde hair days, lots of love. Lots of love to you too. Thank you so much for subscribing, hitting the notification bell and all your support. But without further ado, if you would like to see this kind of DIY, super easy, flawless skin, pretty shimmery pink eye, god what a mouthful, prom tutorial with hair included at the end, then please keep watching. Okay, so we're going to start with our makeup first, but let me just clarify. I am wearing a bodysuit, but it just cuts out down there and my hair kind of covers the straps, so let's just pretend we're naked. So to prep our skin, I'm going to be using this moisturizer. I've been loving it at the moment. I used it in my previous video, I think. It's the Hyaluronic Marine Oil Fusion Moisture Cushion by Dr. Dennis Gross. I love this because, like it says, it's oil free, but it really has that wet skin moisturizing finish, which you guys know I love. I can't remember if I said this in my previous video. A lot of pro makeup artists don't really use primers. Like whenever I'm at a masterclass and someone says, what's the best primer? They say that they don't even use one. And recently I've just been using this moisturizer plus the next product that I'm going to be using. And I find that my makeup stays on just as well. So maybe primers aren't necessarily necessary. By the way, just a heads up, I do have kind of normal to dry skin, so that might be why. The next product I'm going to be using is from Touch in Sol. It's called I'm Very Useful Makeup Boomer. It looks like this. It almost looks like strobe cream from MAC. And I think it does have some priming qualities to it, but I have just been loving the way that this looks in combination with that moisturizer. This just adds the most gorgeous glow to my skin, as you will see, but it doesn't really leave much of a tack. I feel like it is kind of oil free, which might be why it has those priming qualities to it, so makeup sits really nicely on the top. I just think for prom you want your skin to just look really kind of full coverage but as natural as it can and like glowy as it can. You just want your skin to look perfect, and I find when I wear this, it just has the most like gorgeous glow from within, which I think is just perfect for prom skin. I'm probably going to be using this quite a lot throughout the video, but I'm now just going to spray my skin with the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus spray, but this is the gold light version. As you can see, it's got kind of like shimmer running all the way through it. I always used to love using the original MAC Fix Plus just kind of before I apply my makeup because it has really amazing hydrating and priming qualities to it. So this one's just going to give us like a little bit of a glow. That's totally an extra step that you do not need to take, but you know, it's prom. We want to be feeling special, glowy, radiant, glorious, and beautiful. On to foundation. I have been loving this one. I think it's a perfect foundation for prom. This is the NARS, I think, Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I love this. I love the finish of it. It's so full coverage, but almost in like a really natural way, as in it doesn't feel too heavy on the skin. I feel like the finish is a gorgeous like satin to matte finish, more on the satiny side, and then in combination with that skincare underneath, it just gives the most beautiful finish. And I feel like it lasts all day as well, hence the long wear in the title. And I actually read an article somewhere that says if you're doing photography, you should wear 2 to 3 times the amount of makeup that you usually would, just because camera flash and like all that kind of stuff, the lighting, they almost reduce, it almost visually looks as if you're wearing less makeup with more lights that you have. So obviously when it's prom and stuff, you're going to be having so many pictures taken, which is kind of why I don't really do sort of like natural prom looks. I think that's kind of unrealistic. I want you guys to look the best that you can, and unfortunately wearing more makeup kind of means that you will look slightly better in like pictures and stuff. It's just the way that it works in terms of photography, but obviously I want you guys to feel comfortable too. And if you're not comfortable wearing a huge amount of makeup, that doesn't matter either. But for me personally, slap it on, baby. So that was only like 2 teeny pumps on either side, and I feel like that's covered my whole face and given me amazing, amazing coverage. I love this foundation. Now moving on to concealer, I'm going to be taking the Nip and Fab concealer. I love this stuff. It reminds me of the LA Pro Girl concealer. I feel like it's really full coverage and blends amazingly. I am actually going to be doing a full face of Nip and Fab products very, very soon. I'm going to be working with them on this because I feel like people don't really talk about their makeup so much, and I went to their masterclass with Mario. He is one of their brand ambassadors, and it's so good. I feel like people are sleeping on it, so I want to bring it to you guys, show you guys all of their amazing stuff. But yeah, I'm just going to be using their concealer right now. And I'm using this in the shade 20 because for prom, I don't really want to have a bright under eye. I feel like there's so many opportunities for that to go wrong. You know, you get like flashbacks and pictures or anything like that. So this is the shade 20. It kind of matches with my skin color really nicely. It is the tiniest bit lighter, which I really, really appreciate. But it just does an amazing job of concealing underneath my eyes, kind of blurring any imperfections, and that brush applicator makes it so easy to apply. Or if you're having like a winged out look, that brush applicator is really good for sharpening up those edges. Next up is cream contour. It's one of my favorite steps ever. I love a cream bronze, cream contour. Prom is no exception. I feel like this is like one of the best ways to ensure like a flawless looking contour on your skin. And I am going to be using the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Foundation Stick in the color F13. I love the way this blends out. The color is perfect and the application is so easy, and like I said, this blends like a dream, and it's only a $5. I feel like the color just blends really nicely into the base that I already have down. It doesn't leave too much of like a bronzer helmet or anything. I'm not left with like really drastically pigmented foundation that I'm having to work really hard to blend. Don't forget the chin area. I once did that. Literally did my whole makeup, looked in the mirror and realised I hadn't blended out my chin and jaw contour. That was a close one. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set everything with powder and then do my eyebrows. So for powder, I'm gonna be taking this new powder from Hourglass. I've been really loving the finish of this. The only thing I don't really like is how I have to like dispense it, but this powder is amazing. It gives such a natural finish to the skin, feels really lightweight, and just kind of locks and sets everything in place. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm also gonna go ahead and do my brows. You want something that's gonna last a long time and that you feel comfortable with. Don't be playing with any new brow products for prom, because we all know we can get carried away and you don't want two slugs on your forehead in your pictures. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in dark brown, and I'll be right back to finish off the face. Okay, so brows are done, the face is set. Now we can continue. So I'm gonna just contour my cheeks. I feel like that cream bronzer has kind of bronzed up my skin enough. So I'm just gonna be adding a little bit more definition, and I'm just gonna be using the Maybelline Master Sculpt and just taking the contour shade. It's a nice cool tone color. Just kind of adding that definition to anywhere that you just want to make a little bit smaller, you know. So if you think your forehead's looking a little chunky, just apply it to the perimeters, and that will really help to mimic the appearance of a slightly smaller forehead. I'm going to go ahead and just do down the sides of my nose as well. This is a really kind of like soft colour, so I don't feel like you can go too wrong in terms of nose contour. I know sometimes people can go a little bit heavy, but this product's really nice. It's not too pigmented, and you can really build it up. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a blusher. I feel like prom is the perfect time for blusher, and this one is so pretty. This one is by Milani. It is called Dolce Pink. I feel like I might have used this a couple of times before. It has the most gorgeous like flush of gold running through it, and it's just, I feel like the perfect prom blusher. Especially because we're going for sort of more of a pink eye. I feel like this is gonna really tie everything together. And it has a really gorgeous glow as well. Just a little soft pink, you know. And finally, moving on to that glow, you guys know I love to use like a liquid illuminator and then apply a pressed powder highlighter on the top for that extra pop, and I feel like it just shows up a lot better in pictures. Obviously what you want for prom. So I'm going to be taking the iconic London illuminating drops, and this is in the original shade. And I'm just going to be taking my Blank Canvas Cosmetics E13 brush. It's literally my favorite brush to blend out liquid highlighters or like cream highlighters. It's a nice synthetic small blender brush. And just buffing that in of my cheekbones. Just kind of taking any of the excess onto my forehead or anything like that. This blends really nicely on top of makeup. It doesn't kind of leave an obvious, you know, mark or like some cream products do. And I know that's why some people get a little bit scared to apply them after they've set their face with powder. I just kind of use circular motions and kind of buff it back into like my hairline. I know some people like to do their hair first, but I thought just for the order of this tutorial, I'll do my makeup first, because I know a lot of people might just be watching this for the makeup. And then obviously if you want to do your hair too at the end, then feel free. Yeah, just blending that into the skin, and you could just leave it like that, but you know me, I like my highlight to be popping. So for highlight, I'm going to be taking the Revolution Pro 4K highlighter palette. This is in the, this is in the gold edition, and I am just going to be taking that gorgeous champagne color just there on my Zoeva Luxe Powder Fusion brush and just buffing that on top. Sometimes if I feel like that's like too pigmented or too much, I just go in with my sponge and just help to diffuse that out slightly. But because you have that cream highlighter down, you barely need to pick up any powder product, and it really just kind of clings to the cream and acts as a really incredible base and just really makes anything that you put on the top just pop. I'm also going to put it on the end of my nose, just kind of down the bridge of my nose, and on my cupid's bow. Just all the places that like already are quite prominent and stand forward. I'm super happy with the way that my skin looks now, and that's literally it for skin. I'm now gonna go ahead and spray my skin with the Fix Plus Gold Light again. This literally leaves my skin looking so flawless. It really just kind of gets rid of any powdered effects on the skin, and because it's the Gold Light version, actually adds a gorgeous glow to the skin. So I'm going to spray my skin with this, and then we can move on to the eye makeup. Oh my god, I love the smell of Fix Plus as well. Okay, so for the eyes, I did kind of want to try and do everything from one palette, and I was thinking, what palette could I use that I feel like everyone might have and that it's got every kind of color in it? So I did go for the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I haven't used this in a minute, and we're going to be kind of sticking to the more top 2 rows in terms of pinks or whatever, but there's so many colors in this palette that you can just take the techniques from this and use whatever colors that you want. But we are going for like a pink kind of shimmery sparkly theme, just because I thought that would kind of tie in with so many different color dresses. This is also a really nice eye makeup to kind of complement any eye color as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So to begin, excuse how battered this palette looks, I'm going to be mixing these 2 colors together as our initial transition color. We're kind of going to be going for something very soft and natural. I do plan to do more prom looks just because I know this might not go with everyone's prom dress, and I want to do as many as I can. I love them so much. I plan to do one for a red dress. I plan to maybe do a bit more of a heavy glam one. So just let me know in the comment section down below what your prom dress color is and what kind of look you'd want to go for. I definitely feel like I need to do like a champagne gold one. I feel like that's kind of pretty common for most people. But I'm just taking one of my favorite crease brushes ever. This is from Blank Canvas Cosmetics. It's their E20. It just literally fits in the socket, and it's kind of big but precise at the same time, and it just blends everything out like a dream. Taking a slightly smaller brush, this is the Zoeva Luxe Soft Definer 227. I'm just going to be mixing these two shades here to further deepen up the socket. Well, like I said, we're going to be keeping it fairly soft, so nothing too dark as you can see. And I know you just saw a wing there, but I did actually do it using eyeshadow, and I feel like that's just a really easy, soft way to kind of add a little something extra to your eye look without the pressure of like liquid liner or anything, because shadows are so much easier to work with and blend out if you were to make any mistakes. But after just kind of placing that into the crease, I just go back in with my previous brush. No additional product, just kind of using it to soften everything out. And then the final color we're going to be using is this one here. As you can see, it's kind of like a pink toned brown, so perfect for this look. I'm just going to be taking a small amount of that on a precise fluffy brush and defining the crease just that little bit further. I do feel like these mauvey tones are really complementary and perfect for prom as well. I think they're just a little bit more like, I don't know, more natural maybe, a little bit softer in tone, but they've still got that warmth to them that kind of complements most eye colors. But yeah, just kind of placing that up into the crease. So for the lid color, I'm going to be taking this shimmery pink here, and to diffuse it into the crease colors, I'm going to be placing this kind of slightly darker shimmery color like in between the crease and the lid colors, if that makes sense. So just taking that first light pink shade, I kind of like to use dragging motions so I can really get the most out of the eyeshadow, because sometimes if you just kind of pat it on, these kind of slightly more foiled shadows, the pigment doesn't show up as well as it could. So just dragging it allows you to, one, create more of like a shape, and two, just kind of get the most out of that color. I thought this was such a pretty pink because it's not too pink, but it really just kind of complements the mauve tones going on in the crease. And so many of you guys asked for like a pink shimmery look, so I thought this is such a good palette to use as it offers so many of those colors. But like I said, I'm just taking that slightly darker pink shade, and you'll see I'm just going to be placing it right in between the crease colors and then the lighter lid color that we just placed down. It's just going to create smoother going across like so. I'm now just going to take a small fluffy brush and one of the initial transition colors that we were using, so more of the lighter brown shade, and just run that along my lower lash line just to kind of add, just to kind of connect everything all together. And I think having a shadow underneath your eye makes such a difference in terms of making your eye color pop, especially if it's an undertone that complements your eye color. So I've gone for a slightly warmer brown, so as oranges really bring out blue eyes. Say if you have more green eyes, go for more of like a mauvey warm kind of color, like more like a berry brown, but like on the lighter scale. And if you've got brown eyes, I feel like either of these will complement that. And then just using a little precise pencil brush. This is one of my favorites. It's from Zoeva. It's a Luxe Petite Pencil, the 240. I'm just taking the white gold shade from the palette and just using that to highlight my inner corner. But I'm now going to just take a angled brush like this. This one is one of the like bougie ones from Morphe, and I'm just going to be mixing these two matte dark brown shades here and just kind of tapping my brush into them, tapping off the excess, and then just kind of lining kind of the, I don't want to take it all the way across, but I'm just kind of starting from about halfway across the lid. You can use patting motions to kind of get the most pigment from it, and then just using the angle of the brush, just kind of tipping it inwards like that, creating a small line like that, and then connecting it back in, literally like that. Super easy, and I feel like it's so soft but effective in terms of pictures, just because it adds a little sign to the corner, and it like so your eyes aren't like completely lost. So that is the eye makeup complete. Super easy. I'm now just going to go ahead and apply mascara and lashes. So for mascara, I'm taking the L'Oreal Paradise mascara, which I have been loving at the moment. As you can see, this is what the makeup looks like with just mascara on, but I feel like for pictures and just like because it's me and I love lashes, I'm going to be wearing eyelashes, and these ones are from Eyelure. I've been loving their Most Wanted range. They're like faux mink looking lashes, and they're just so fluttery and so natural, and these ones are in the style Gimme Gimme. As you can see, they look like this, super fluttery and wispy, but not too much, I don't feel. I'm going to cut them down to size and apply them, and then I'm going to show you the finished eyes. So these are the eyes complete with the lashes. As you can see, you can still see everything that is going on top. The lash band of these is so flexible and so comfortable. If you're not comfortable wearing eyelashes or just struggle to apply them, definitely try this range, because they're like the appearance of faux mink lashes, and a lot of those lashes have a really thick lash band. These are completely clear. They are so pretty and fluttery, and I think they complement this eye look so nicely. But now let's move on to the lips. So I'm going to stick with the kind of pretty pink theme, and I'm going to be taking the Buxom Plump line in the colour Incognito. Now this is just kind of like a giant pencil. I'm going to be lining my lips with it and filling my lips in it, because we're going to be going in with a gloss on the top. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. I love them. I feel like they're so easy to apply and line my lips with it, and also fill in my lips with it. It's just great. But I'm just going to reapply the highlighter on my cupids go. And then finally, I'm just going to go in with a gloss. This is one of my favourite glosses of all time. It's from L'Oreal. It's their Infallible Cream Gloss. This is in the colour 103. I feel like it's out of... I tried to find it and I literally couldn't, but I've left a link to one down below that looks so similar, and I think I'm going to get it too. When I'm next in Superdrug or Boots, I'm going to pick up the shade that I've left down below, because it looks like it's got kind of gold reflex in it and might actually look better than this one. But I just love the application of these, and I feel like it's just going to tie in with the eyes really nicely. You definitely could have left them matte if that's what you prefer, but I did kind of pick two products I thought would be super easy to continuously reapply if needed be. But I'll zoom you out and show you the finished makeup, and then we can move on to the hair. So this is the finished makeup look. What? This is the finished makeup look. I really love the way that it came out. I think it's super pretty, really easy as well, but kind of looks like you put in a lot of effort. And I just love the kind of like perfect skin, the shimmery pink eyes. I feel like this would complement a ton of dress colors and styles. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Obviously you can switch out the colors to whatever suits you, and just kind of take the technique from this. If you were just here for the makeup, then I really hope you guys enjoyed it. But I am just going to do a quick DIY, pretty but simple hair tutorial that I think would complement this look. I am going to be doing it as a voiceover because I can't curl and talk all at the same time. So if you want to kind of learn how to do the hair part of this look, then please keep watching.
You're unaware, keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare.
This is the finished makeup and hair. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Let me know in the comment section down below future prom or just other videos that you'd like to see. Suggest different kinds of prom looks, because I do love doing them, and I'll definitely make sure to do like updos, maybe a bit more glam, all that kind of good stuff. So just let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next video, I will see you then. Bye guys!